you know.
Did it again.
Okay, here we go. So welcome to our Coach's Corner call, February 11th. I'm sorry you missed out on the first 12 minutes. I'm a little slow. Anyway, but David's talking to us about the power of vision. Take it away, David.
And I feel like the back end of the horse and whatever else. But this is fine. This is good. Yes, in fact, let me read that again, that thing that kind of summarizes it in my mind anyway, the YouTube from Kim Fisk that we were talking about. And tomorrow's the 12th, and so it should be, sheesh. Anyway.
You just had it.
I did just have it.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, single sheet of paper. Anyway, sorry about that. Sheesh. Oh, there it is. When you focus on the doing before you focus on the vision, it's going to have short-term results. It's not a sustainable energy. It's like banking on willpower for dieting. And as I was mentioning a moment ago, I think we all understand that analogy, because any nutrition plan, any program for eating you engage in is not going to last a real long time if all that you have is willpower. It's so important to have support and coaching and all of the other things that we talk about. So this matter of vision, I really, really believe it. And I think that the last 5 years that Claudia and I have been in the business, we've had any number of times that people have talked with us about the importance of our why. And that is kind of what we're talking about here. Sometimes that's hard to come up with, what your why is or what your vision is. And I think that was the case with both Claudia and me, that it took us a while to just be still and just allow ourselves to think, what if? To realize that, yeah, we're getting some good vision here that we can write down and engage more completely. And I'm looking at some notes that were written to trainers, and I love some of the things that Kim was training the trainers as we had will have our ED2B calls. Karen, did you have your ED2B call?
I had it, but I didn't make it.
Okay, all right. And Sheila, yours is yet to come.
No,
right?
she did hers.
I had mine today, this morning.
Gotcha. And so there's this idea that as soon as we start thinking of vision, there's another nagging chatter part of us that comes in and starts already to say, why not? And isn't that a shame that we have that chatter, but it really is. Anytime we feel ourselves with negative emotions, whether it's being discouraged or frustrated or confused or stalled in our progress, or that we want to blame somebody, for heaven's sakes, it's not us, we want to blame somebody else, then that's chatter, that's fear, that is something that derails you so very, very fast. And I'm sure that you can relate. That it is natural as human beings for us to have that chatter, that monkey mind that we sometimes talk about it. And it's also an indication that we aren't grounded is the word, in a vision that can be there no matter what. And when the going gets rough, that we can reflect upon those things that matter most to us. And it can help us to find inspiration and tenacity in our work, and resourceful and courageous and creative. So here's another fun example that was used in our call, and it was probably used in your call as well, Sheila. Rob, you haven't had your call yet, or have you?
I haven't been doing my high-five calls.
Okay, and this is an ED2B. So anyway, this is a great example.
But high fives are the same subject, so.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. And so the example was, let's say that Kim Fisk had $100,000 in savings, that she would give you if you could be an executive director before the end of March 2015. And if you could internalize that and really believe it and know that Kim would do that for you, what would that change in the way that you go about doing your business?
Would you
Well-
be there, Rob?
What's that?
Would you be there by the end of March if she said she'd give you $100,000? If you would become ED by March 31st?
Yeah, I probably would do my
I
darndest.
know it. I know. It's kind of like, well, yeah, of course I would.
Well, and you know, it was also make-believe for me, and I've heard it before. Kim has said various things like this off and on to us over the years. But on this Zoom call, my facilitator, who is Lydia Wente, saw my desk over there, and she said, "David, is that your desk over there?" And I said, "Yeah, that's my desk over there." And she said, "Just picture it with $100,000 cash piled all over that desk." And I thought, whoa, that would be fun. And I was still so caught up with the chatter. She asked me to say something, and I was just stuck. And I'm not proud to say that, because I had actually gotten up early enough before the call to listen to Kim's Vision YouTube twice, and I had come up in kind of a academic and yet a good way. I mean, it seemed impassioned to me, but it was kind of more mission-oriented or academic or whatever. And so after the call, I did a lot of thinking about that $100,000, and especially after another member of our group said some things that she would go out and buy some
She said she'd
fabulous
throw away
clothes.
all her clothes and she'd go.
And she'd
some
go
ritzy
shopping
place.
wherever she wanted to buy new stuff. And I thought, oh, is that kind of what you're thinking? And so throughout the day, actually just for the next few hours, I thought that way. I thought, well, that's kind of a different angle to think of what I might do with that money, rather than have my mission-oriented or philanthropic approach that didn't have a lot of sweet taste to it.
Yes, because you're supposed to smell it and feel it and taste it and know
Right.
it and want it and
and
crave
they,
it.
and they are things that light me up, those things that are philanthropic and academic. But then I got to thinking, whoa, well, yeah, there are some things that could be really fun that would be harder to let go of when I get discouraged or frustrated. Then I could think, oh, I want to go on that trip. Or, yeah, I'd love that car sometime.
The red sports car.
You know, years ago, I started thinking about a red sports car, and I still don't have a specific make and model. But I must say, it would be kind of fun to have a red sports car sometime, after I take care of a few other things, you know. Don't
David,
wanna-
you have a picture of it where you can see it?
I don't, and
He's
I
gonna
need
get it.
to. Or some of these other things that were higher up on my list, I guess I would also say. So I was pleased to see that when I started thinking that way, man, I could dream with the best of them, you know? And Claudia and I started to have a planning meeting yesterday afternoon, and I shared that with her, and she said, this is great.
It excited me to read its list. I mean, it was not for me. It was very, very personalized.
And I said, I'm not asking you for your approval or anything, but this is good stuff. And so I just thought I'd share it. And she said, well, okay. And anyway, this morning she did the same thing. She'd been thinking. And she rattled off a number of things, more than I had.
Well, you guys have got to know that, you know, we've been doing this for 5 years, and they're always asking us our why. And it doesn't ever seem like the why I want is what they want me to say. And so I was a little discouraged about coming up with the right why. You know, I mean, I'm always trying to please people, so I wanted it to be the right way. But after reading David's list, holy smoke, I came up with some stuff. Shall I read it to him?
Yes,
You guys
and make sure that you talk about what we've done
Yeah.
to this point.
Well,
Or,
you know,
or whatever you want to do.
so I just sat down here at the computer, and it's not complete because there's some other stuff I want to put on here, but I just wrote, you may ask, why in the world do I do this every day? And I put down this stuff. I said, I love people and want to share what I have with them. I found unbelievable health. The possibilities are endless. I know this because we see people. We see what the possibilities are. It's fun. Already we have health and we know the keys to keeping it. So, hey, there's number one. My first goal was to pay for my food, so I became a coach. It worked. Okay, goal number one. Already, goal number two, and I have the paper still. It says be debt free. So the next goal was to pay off our debts. We did, including our home. And the next dream, I mean, this is so interesting, but the next dream I had was to have David leave his day job. He has, and I wrote, good grief. What more do I want? All I need to do is say it. And we got the dream. Isn't that weird? But look at all those things that have come to be, and they were goals. They were what I had in mind. Get out of debt. Bring David home. Anyway, and then I just said, what drives me at this point, the thought of paying our way totally with TSFL. You can bet now with where we are in our life. That's
the rubber's
scary.
meeting the road. Yes.
Another thing is I want to give $100,000 to one of our sons because he's going to start his own business. These are scary to write down, and I want to pay for hotels and food when we go on this trip with our family. And I want David to see the 1099 in January 2016 that's this much money. I won't say all that stuff. And I want to get a new bedroom set, and I want a new driveway, and I want to finish the laundry room, and I want to, I'm thinking about all these. I want to have money to pay for flying to see our two faraway daughters whenever we want. And so I have these crazy things that I'm writing down, but I think, hey, wait, all those other ones were just crazy dreams. They didn't have substance to them. But now, oh my gosh, they all came true. Vision, you guys, vision. I didn't even know I had vision. I didn't think I was doing it right. I think I was doing it right. So.
And we struggled with it for so many years and would occasionally come up with something that lit us up. But we often had the thought, well, Kim won't like this or somebody won't like it. Because they did used to be kind of more buggy that way. So.
But now the sky's open and they want to get it. Anyway, so all that is vision.
Yeah.
So watch the video, Rob. You will really, really like it. It's
All right.
excellent. Okay, you guys, we got to put Karen to bed. That girl's going to go to sleep right on us right now. Love you guys.
Good
Thanks for
night.
getting on. Gee, this is great. We are going to have a fun time in Salt Lake. And hey, there is a thing on Thursday, Rob. A thing
Thursday of the event,
of the event. Oh yeah, I was talking
which
about
is
the
February 26th.
Yeah. So if you could
Okay.
bring people if you want to, that would be great.
Okay.
So you guys are great. Anybody have questions or anything else? Are you done, David?
Yeah, I know that we've used up our time too.
Yeah,
So,
we're at 26. So
and I'm not sure that I officially got through the information,
All right.
but spend some time thinking about your vision and
Share
see what
'em.
lights you up.
Share them next time. I mean, really, it's fun to speak it. So, and yeah, David, you have to get a red sports car on your wall over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
You guys take
Like
care.
a little bear. So yeah,
That's right. And take care of those little boys. Tell him.
Will do.
All right, you guys
See
take
ya.
care. See
Yeah.
you. Bye-bye.